Hello and welcome to She Did That, the podcast that celebrates the women shaping the promotional products industry one bold idea, one fearless leap, and one inspiring story at a time.
I'm Emily Codner here with my fabulous co-host Amelia Model. Every episode we will be chatting with trailblazers, innovators, and everyday boss babes who are making big waves in our space. One product, one pitch, one bold move at a time.
And today's guest is Gail Deutchman. Am I saying that correctly?
You've got it right.
Emily knows how I am with last names, and I forgot to ask ahead, and I started sweating bullets just now. So Gail is the owner of Distinctive Promotions, and she's got a story worth hearing, a journey worth celebrating, and you guessed it, she did that.
Yay, welcome Miss Gail, and thank you for joining us today.
Good morning, ladies. It's truly an honor to be here with both of you.
We are so honored to have you. Well, you and I go way back, and you are clearly fabulous. Why don't you introduce yourself to our audience and tell us how you got into the promotional products industry?
Okay. So I was working for the Army and Air Force Exchange in Thule Air Base, Greenland, and my next assignment was going to be in Houston, Texas in 1981. So my mother got ill, and I needed to be back in New York City. So I took a job working in the closeout industry, selling manufacturers' overruns to major chain stores. Now it's 1986, and I go to take my lunch in a coffee shop in Manhattan. And at the next table were a group of men. One of them looked very familiar. So I asked the one on the end, is that Barry Roberts? And he says, yes. So I walked over and struck up a conversation. So to give you a little background, this Barry Roberts was my high school music teacher.
Oh.
And I asked him, what are you doing now? You're in the city, you're not teaching. He said he's now in the advertising specialties industry. But that was the terminology before the words promotional products, and that changed over somewhere in the late 90s. So I asked him, what is that? Because I had no clue as to what he was telling me. And he said, it's like selling pens and T-shirts with logos on them. And I told him what I was doing, and he suggested I speak to the owner of the company, that it might be a good fit for me because I was ready for a career change. So I made the appointment with Michael Stoll of Lee's Keystone, who since had sold his company and is retired. He explained that I would have to find my own customers, and we were only paid on commission. He would teach me the terminology, which suppliers to use, and how to sell the products. So my mother had passed away in the interim, and she left me $20,000. So I had a cushion in the bank so that I could live on commissions until everything would roll in, and the rest is history.
That's wow, awesome. I love that.
Just by not being shy, I get up and I go strike up a conversation.
You never know. We love hearing how people fell into promo because we mostly all fell into it in some obscure way. Nobody's like planning. And I love that the way he explained promo is literally what we tell people that don't understand it anyways. T-shirts and pins with logos. Just keep it simple. Haven't changed a lot. That is awesome. Okay, so question for you. So your career journey spans decades. I don't know if we should say decades. You look like a young spring chicken to me still. And across multiple industries, anywhere from the Army and the Air Force Exchange to leading your own business. What pivotal moment most shaped your leadership style?
Okay, so this gentleman I was working for, his name is Michael Stoll, and he was probably one of the best salesmen I ever knew. He treated us like family, and if you wrote an order of $2,500 or more, he rang a bell and acknowledged the nice order and took all the salespeople out after work for a drink. That was just amazing. I mean, it just was a great feeling. Then he moved the business out of Manhattan to Armonk, New York, which is 50 miles from my home in Brooklyn. And my customers were in Manhattan. Now, also keep in mind, there were no cell phones or internet back in 1988. So I would have to drive daily up to Armonk, 50 miles away, to go to the office to enter an order or do any research. And none of us had computers at home. So you needed their computer to do all of that. So most of the salespeople decided to go around the corner to another promotional products distributor. And none of us were happy there. He wasn't very nice to us, never said, great job, wonderful order. So the only thing that was nice there was one gentleman who took me under his wing, and he basically told me that I should go out on my own and you don't need to be here. He had sold his business to this other gentleman, and I don't want to mention his name because he's still around. And he said, you can do this. You don't need to be here anymore. And he did suggest that I get involved in the industry, get on a committee, join SAGNY. And I did do that. And this gentleman's name was Howard Silverman. And he was just such a wonderful mentor and became a friend. Passed away at the age of 94 this past February. Both these men mentored me and paved the way to some of the success that I have had. I took what they taught me and used it to run my own distributorship.
I love that for you. And I love that there are really awesome men, even back there, that championed women and, saw the potential and said, here, little birdie, go fly. So that's awesome. So happy that that's happened to you. And here you are now. So you've built a reputation for turning brand strategy into impactful campaigns. What does great brand storytelling look like to you in today's promotional products landscape?
Well, we all know it's changed over the years. There's been a shift from selling inexpensive items by just putting a logo on it and moving on. That was the way it always was. Great brand storytelling isn't just selling a product. It's about creating a narrative that people want to be a part of. This approach not only enhances brand perception, but also fosters a community around shared values and experiences. Now we are doing concept design for modern work from anywhere lifestyles, such as high quality tech accessories and wellness items with more purpose in daily life, more sustainable products. And if you get all these emails from the suppliers, everything is lifestyle. So that's been the change. We're selling more creativity than ever before.
So do you have your TikTok account set up yet, Miss Gail?
No, I do not.
Come on, you can do it.
No, I don't have time for all of that. I spend a lot of time volunteering my time, my spare time, and being a distributor keeps me pretty busy anyway, but I'm on 3 boards of directors. So there's always events that are going on that I'm involved in.
Yeah, we love you for that advocacy and your dedication to volunteerism.
That's why you look so young, because you
Yes, it keeps me young.
Keeping busy and you're volunteering and you're around people. That's the secret, I firmly believe. So you mentioned, I love that earlier you mentioned that the gentleman that told you to get involved. That's something that Emily and I still tell people when we meet new people or interview them. We're like, do you know about this committee? Do you know about this event? Like, get immersed in the culture. And you mentioned you're on 3 boards, but you've been deeply involved in the industry associations like PPAI and SAGNY. So why is industry advocacy and community engagement so important to you?
Well, being a part of any organization gives you networking opportunities. And I've made such wonderful friendships with many of the people I served on committees and boards of directors. You share knowledge with each other. It gives you the opportunity to contribute and shape policies that affect industry and possibly help legislations like you did, Emily, in Washington, D.C. recently.
Yes, so wonderful.
Advocacy, oh, I can't even talk today. Advocacy work often leads to the development of best practices and ethical standards to enhance credibility and trust with clients and consumers. Industry organizations often advocate for solutions to common challenges, such as supply chain and regulatory hurdles. The collective voice can lead to better resolutions than an individual effort. Find your niche. Mine is always planning events, finding speakers, locations, doing the menus, as well as fundraising. I found it so much fun and rewarding. If you give back, it develops leadership skills to work in a group. Everyone should find something to volunteer their time and give back. It could be with your religious organization to do a clothing or food drive for the people in need. Step on a committee with your regional association or with PPAI.
Mhm.
It is amazing what you could learn from others. There's nothing like when you finish a task and it's positive, walk away glowing. So to me, that's why I do it. I feel wonderful when I finish doing things.
I love that for you. And there's nothing better than that accomplishment when you're done. You're like, I did that, and that's wonderful. And just the feedback is just it's awesome. So I love you for that. With achievements ranging from business awards to performing at Carnegie Hall, of all places, you've blended creativity with leadership. How do you encourage creativity within your teams and your work?
Um, well, it's not easy, honestly. Most of the time, I think you need to encourage idea sharing. Team members need to share their ideas without fear of judgment. Have regular brainstorming sessions. No idea is a bad idea. Recognize, acknowledge, and collaborate creativity or productivity. By example, encourage continuing education sessions. Every time I attend one, I get a few tidbits that help me with my personal life and business. As of now, in my 40 years in the promotional products industry, I have over 512 CEUs. Most industries have education sessions. So in my opinion, this is invaluable ways to help you work with your teams and increase creativity.
I have a question. What were you performing at Carnegie Hall?
I sang from when I was in kindergarten all the way through college, and I was in the Brooklyn College Chorus, and we worked in collaboration with the Opera Orchestra of New York, and we sang many operas in different languages, like I did La Traviata in Italian, Die Fledermaus in German, Les Noces in Russian. And so to me, that was my release back then.
That's awesome.
And that was a lot of fun, and performances were always in Carnegie Hall.
That is so
Are there videos
impressive.
of this anywhere? Are there?
You're talking this, that was way back.
Before video
70s.
cameras?
There were no videos.
Oh, that's amazing. What I wouldn't give to see a video of Gail performing. That would
Well, remember, it was a group. It was not just
it
me.
doesn't. Let's not take away the sunshine from you, Miss.
However, I do have the programs from back then. So
Oh my
That
goodness.
is really cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Looking back on your career, what advice would you give to the next generation of women leaders who want to make a meaningful impact on their industries?
Okay, so reflecting back on my career, there are a few pieces of advice I would like to share with the next generation of women leaders. True to yourself, build a strong network, seek mentorship, connect with your peers, and build relationships. Learn from women who came before you. Embrace challenges. It is an opportunity for growth. Support other women. Lift each other up and create opportunities for collaboration. Pursue continuous learning and stay informed. Cultivate your voice. I'm known for sticking my 2 cents in everywhere. I have something else I would like to share. When I started in the industry, it was a man's world. Very few women were promotional products salespeople. And I looked today on the SAGNY website. I'm the past president, and SAGNY is 70 years old, and there have only been 11 past presidents working on SAGNY. And I think that we need more women to step up. So, also, I love the mug you sent me, and I love what it says. Take it in, be inspired, and then go do it. And that says it all. So, this was wonderful to share with you today. And there's nothing like sharing with other women.
Absolutely. And I say we end that with a little cheers to that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Cheers, ladies.
Have a great day.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Gail, for joining us. It was wonderful to hear all about your history, and we have so much more to learn from you. So we will definitely be keeping in touch some more. But thank you, everybody else, for joining us on She Did That. We look forward to seeing you next time. But for now, take it in, be inspired, then go do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.